The South Carolina Community Loan Fund is the 2018 recipient of the Power of Rural Award for its measurable impacts in supporting health, quality of life, and financial viability in South Carolina's rural communities. The Community Loan Fund works to assure all South Carolina communities experience growth and sustainability by assisting organizations with securing funding to meet community needs. However, the Community Loan Fund is far more than just a lending agency. They believe in the power of South Carolina communities to leverage existing assets to create lasting change. Their mission directs their lending activity and advocacy efforts to specifically address affordable housing, healthy food, community facilities, and community business enterprises. For rural South Carolina, this has meant the rehabilitation of affordable housing units in Allendale County, healthy food producers and entrepreneurs starting businesses in Colleton County, the development and sustainment of a charter school in Williamsburg County, and new businesses being opened in rehabilitated buildings in downtown Orangeburg. And this is just the start of the work that has been accomplished in a relatively short period of time. By harnessing the power of rural South Carolina communities, the South Carolina Community Loan Fund is building a stronger South Carolina.
So we like to think of ourselves as playing a small role in the larger successes of our borrowers. They certainly do the groundwork and all of the heavy lifting. We view ourselves more as behind the scenes and support, the training wheel, so to speak, that support them as they travel down the road. With that said, I don't think we can overstate the importance of access to capital, particularly in rural areas that don't have access to capital. In many cases, it could be the difference in a location or an area being a food desert versus having access to fresh, healthy foods. It could be the difference between having affordable housing or not. It could be the difference between a business owner being able to launch their business or expand and create job opportunities in the community or not. So the capital we provide in a very real sense gives communities the opportunity to put the power back into their hands and play a part in development on the ground.
What I love about South Carolina Community Loan Fund's work in the rural areas is how intentional we have been about reaching those areas. We understand the unique challenges, but also the unique assets that exist in rural communities, and we want to make sure that that rural communities are poised to take advantage of those assets. If we can bring capital to bear and that helps rural communities focus on their development plans and what they want to do, then we're happy to be a part of that work.
In a state of 46 counties with 12 or 13 that have persistent poverty, all rural counties that have had 20% or more poverty for more than 30 years, I think we owe it to the citizens of South Carolina to get serious about what our investment strategy is, and that rural South Carolina is as important to the success of this state as our urban centers.
Because of their dedication to building and strengthening our rural communities, the South Carolina Community Loan Fund was chosen for this year's Power of Rural Award. To further spotlight their contribution to rural, we want to highlight a recent investment made by the Loan Fund in Williamsburg County that helped a local school to not only meet the educational needs of its students, but also to expand their ability to help students succeed.
We received a planning and implementation grant from the South Carolina Department of Education. This grant was given on a reimbursement basis, meaning that we had to pay for items first, then receive a reimbursement for them. Being a new charter school with no background, the banks were not willing to take a chance on giving us a loan to pay for our supplies, even having a guaranteed grant. After facing many closed doors, one opened for us. The South Carolina Community Loan Fund. They were willing to help us set up a low-interest loan for the duration of the entire grant. Through the loan, we were able to purchase computers, provide effective staff developments for our teachers, we purchased desks for our students, and so much more. I can't begin to tell you how much the South Carolina Community Loan Fund has contributed to the success of our school. We could not have done it without them. Without the South Carolina Community Loan Fund, we would not have had the successful opening of a much needed charter school in this county. D.P. Cooper Charter School is the only school within our school's attendance zone. As I stated earlier, we are very rural, which means that there are not too many businesses around here or a lot to do. So the school is the heart and soul of the community. Our students, they're very energetic. We have a lot of student activities here at D.P. Cooper Charter School. Our motto is failure is not an option, and we wholeheartedly believe that failure is not an option.